general housekeeping items with orange that are really important. Number one, don't swing as hard as you can. Don't swing as hard as you can. This is hitting it further by getting less loft on the club and hitting the ball first. And compressing the ball makes it go further. Your efficiency's higher, you're hitting the ball first. There's less backspin. There's less high launch angles with your mid and long irons. The ball might start going 30 yards further and you're swinging 5 miles an hour slower just because you're trapping the ball. Okay? Think of tour players. They don't swing that hard typically, but their technique is really good and they're very efficient with how they hit the ball. And this is all about efficiency, right? So please, 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 please don't swing as hard as you can with the orange band. Don't ever do that. It's not designed for that, okay? Number two, don't swing much further back than this. Don't try to. It's okay if you actually go back a little further than that. So my point is don't do this with orange. Don't do that. Especially if you have a long backswing, keep it short with a backswing with the orange band. You're not supposed to stretch these more than 3 or 4 times their length. If you do that, they can break. I've never seen one break, but I don't want any bands to break for you guys, so I wouldn't be trying to go up above your head with the orange. And then, you know, I'd say as you're going from green to yellow to orange, remember one aspect of LSR is we're releasing the club later. We're not as active with our hands. We're trying to get away from this and this and this and this. Any form of early release, or I'd even say active hands as you go through impact. If you're a better player who hooks it, tugs it, hits the heat, you know, stuff like that. Again, you don't have to be shooting 100 to use this. You can be a scratch golfer. I use this to warm up, and it helps me control the club face, right? And control my ball flow. So smooth, think smooth. It's a full swing, but it's smooth with the orange. So notice here, I'm not gonna get sloppy with my footwork. I'm not gonna try to release the hell out of the club. I'm just gonna let the LSR give me the feel of what's new coming down so I can look like this going through. So I'm not doing this too much. I'm not doing, you know, I'm not going crazy. Please don't go crazy with orange. You know, the other rule I've said, you know, with the orange, you know, when you do orange, rehearse to here. I've used this thing since it's existed. Oops. I've used this thing, you know, since before it actually came out, right? I'm the one who invented it. Every time I use orange, I'm pumping once or twice. Pump to here, and then, so very rarely, I almost never do this. I mean, you can, for most people who are gonna end up using this, it's best to rehearse to the downswing position. Why? Why is it important to rehearse to there first? Because that's literally what you're doing with the preceding band. Doesn't it make sense to rehearse it again? Again, we're trying to maintain that feel right there going through the ball. Your weight shifting, your lower body turning, you're gonna get everything. You're gonna get absolutely everything with this without even thinking about it, right? Because it gives you the feel of what you're supposed to do. Right? But it all starts with green, then you get yellow, but with the orange, I'm telling you guys, just take your time, get good with green and yellow before you get to orange. Take it easy, don't swing super hard, make lots of practice swings. And just like with the yellow, we're trying to hear a loud sound. And rehearse this. And notice again, my body's rotating. My body's rotating, my weight shift turned into a rotation, and my hands aren't active. So again, how's that happen? Well, it all begins with green. Think about green, what are we doing? We're keeping the hands, so this angle remaining, it's keeping the hands out of the club head, because if I do this, that's the club getting in front of the hands, and this is getting the hands in front of the club, right? So again, it starts with green, and you just maintain the feel. It goes all the way to orange. It goes all the way to orange. Since this is a lighter band and we got more of a swing going on, it is possible for some crazy stuff to happen like that, you know, if we're still casting and stuff. And, you know, furthermore, just don't try and swing hard with it. Again, if you start with orange, you could almost start this slow right here. Bring it back and lag. Just bring it through slowly. You're still hitting the loud sound of the band hitting the bag. If you have to start that low, start that slow, because what we really don't want is we don't want a situation where either the band doesn't come off or something crazy happens, right? I don't think anybody's gonna cast that bad, but and also just to get the full effect of the orange. right? So, you know, with orange, don't jump straight to it. Get through green and yellow very well. Get a good feel for what's going on before you get to orange. And when you start with orange, go slow, go smooth. Don't ever swing as hard as you can with orange. Just don't do that. Okay. The lighter band, we got it. You know, we got a resistant band anchored onto a golf club, and you know, when we start making full swings, we do have to be a little careful, right, of what we're doing and paying attention, right, to what's going on. Just so it works well and nobody gets hurt. Okay, so orange band, just be a little careful. Don't swing as hard as you can. Get through the first two bands before you get there, and you'll do really, really well with the orange. And you know what I love about orange, it existing is it. You know, if it was just yellow, well, you could only practice this. But with orange, you can actually go back and you can actually go through. So it's great that the orange band exists, but just be a little careful with it. Okay, it's very effective to use, but it's only effective if you're a little bit careful and you go through the system the way it's designed to be done. Get a good feel for green and yellow before you get to orange, and just don't swing as hard as you can. Be a little mindful what you're doing when you use it, and you'll get the best experience. You'll get the full benefit of the orange band if you do it that way.